Hi, friends. I have a fun book that I just got at the library. I'm wearing my Support Your Local Library sweatshirt. And I would like to remind you as summer comes that the library is an amazing place for you to go get some great books. If you don't already have a library card, I would really love to encourage for all of you to ask your parents if you can go to the library and get a library card. It is an amazing library we have here in Douglas County, so close to El Dorado. You can walk there from El Dorado. It's a great walk. You got a great park nearby. You can go get some books and lounge around in underneath the trees and read a good book. And I just love our library. So many great things. I get all my books really from the library because it saves me lots of money to do all of the reading that I love to do, and just have some books at my disposal all the time. So I hope you will think about as summer comes, how you could be at the library and get some books. But this is a book that I just found there called Something Good that I think is a great reminder for us as we go about the end of our school year of how we can do some good things for our building, that sometimes people make poor choices or unexpected choices, and how we have to all come together as a group to make sure that we are doing really well as a whole building together, taking care of each other and our building and everything that the school needs. I'm gonna move my chair out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna read you this book called Something Good by Marcy Campbell. I hope you'll think about this. I think this really applies to things that happen often at school. So here's the book, Something Good. The day the custodian, sorry, had a hard time with that word. The day the custodian found the bad, something on the bathroom wall. All the girls from Mr. Gilbert's class were called into the principal's office. Now, I hope as one of the principals, as the assistant principal, that you don't think about coming to the principal's office as a bad thing. But here, all of the kids are pulled in because something bad happened, called into the principal's office. The principal asked if we had any information. Some girls said, "No, Mrs. Martinez." Some girls stared down at the carpet. Mrs. Martinez took her time looking at each of us. She seemed very serious and very sad. She said quietly but firmly, "This kind of thing won't be tolerated at our school." We all started fidgeting. We wanted to know, what is the bad something? Who did it? And what will happen next? What do you think bad happened? The principal said no one was allowed to use that bathroom, but after lunch, Kyoko made a run for it, and me and Tanisha and Emmy were right behind her. We giggled our way in and shut the door, then shushed each other as we looked around and over and on and under until we saw it. Uh-oh, what do you think's there? The bad something. My mouth popped open. Tanisha turned around and ran out. Kyoko kicked a stall really hard, and the sound made us cover our ears. Emmy started to cry. Oof, must have been bad in the bathroom. The next day, that bathroom door was locked. The girls had to go all the way up to the second floor. Why do the boys have it easy? Us girls thought. How does the principal even know it was a girl who did it? A boy could have snuck in. No one wants to take ownership for what happened, it sounds like. We all watched our classmates. We studied their faces to see if anyone looked guilty. We tried to remember who had gone to the bathroom and when, but most of all, we wanted to know who had done it and why. The bad. Something had made us feel horrible, all of us, because by then, each of us had told someone what it was until everyone knew. That sounds about right, doesn't it? When something bad happens and everybody talks about it and they go say, who could have done this and who was there and what happened? And we don't know all the pieces. Even our parents knew because the principal had called each house. Our parents whispered while they drank their coffee, but when we came into the room, they went quiet. Some of them hugged us at morning drop-off for way too long. We missed the days before the bad something appeared because everything was different now. Some of us felt worried or confused or sad or angry. No one felt nothing. We were meaner than we used to be, like when Devin went to sharpen his pencil and tripped, and we laughed. Oh. Mrs. Martinez called the whole school to the gym to talk about something important, she said. Her voice crackled into the microphone as she told us that we were all special, that our school was special, and that she knew more than anything else in the world that we were kind, even if we forgot sometimes. She told us the bad something had no place here. I think Mrs. Crawford and I feel very much the same way as this. We all know that everybody here at El Dorado is kind. Sometimes we forget that, but everyone, and that we're not having bad things here at El Dorado, right? Then our teachers gave us all pins made from ribbons in our school colors to remember who we are, the principal said. We held our heads a little bit higher when we walked back to our classrooms. Sometimes we just need to be reminded of who we are, what's important to us, right? Mr. Gilbert sat in a circle with us. His eyes were shining when he said he had a big project, an art project, and we could all participate. That looks like our Pride morning meetings, doesn't it? I hope Mr. Gilbert is having one of those meetings and thinking of a way to make things better. When the boys came into the girls' bathroom, we snickered. The boys are in the girls' bathroom. But Mr. Gilbert said it was okay because we were all in this together. We painted and painted straight through recess all over that bathroom wall. Each one of us had something to add. Mateo drew flowers and Rosa drew dragons and Kai drew both, plus rainbows and dogs and lots of smiling people. Oh, look at all the beautiful things they're putting on those bathroom walls. I love it. We drew our whole class and then we kept going. We drew our whole school. The principal liked it so much, she let us keep working on it a little bit each day until practically the whole wall was covered. We couldn't believe what we've made. But then we remembered. We asked Mr. Gilbert if the bad something was still there, and he said yes, that somewhere deep underneath it was still there, but we had changed it. We changed it when we covered that wall with our good somethings. More sun than clouds, more green than gray, more love than, you can't see all the things. Do you see all the writing they put there? We studied our work and wrote poems about what we saw there. We wrote about how our painting had more green than gray, more sun than clouds. Then we wrote about the world outside the painting. We wrote about how there was more good than bad and more love than hate. We are nicer than we used to be. Devin reads his poems now, the very first time he's read out loud in class. Some kids smile and nod. Some kids lean way forward so they won't miss a thing. Some kids close their eyes and let his words wash over them. We take our time to look at one another. We all see something. Something good. The end. The author's note here, I love it on an author's note because I love thinking about where everybody gets their ideas for a book, says, something good was inspired by real life events at my children's schools. In one case, I knew what the bad something was. In another, I never found out. I witnessed the wide range of children's reactions to these troubling events, and I knew that just as there are varied reactions, there are also varied solutions. This book portrays just one way a school could deal with an incident of hate. In my own life, I found that creating art is a useful way to process strong emotions. At the end of this book, the children are kinder and more empathetic, but my hope is that the work doesn't stop there. Teaching children kindness in the classroom is absolutely vital, but it can only go so far unless the adults are willing to do the hard work of educating ourselves and advocating for programs and policies that respect and value children. We can all do something good. I hope you guys will think about this today and think about at El Dorado what you can do. It may not be painting a bathroom wall, but what you can do to make things so that it feels like good things are happening, even in the midst of maybe something bad. We can all learn to treat people with kindness, just like our song says this week. Have a great day, friends.